So y'all ready? All right. All right. So the run starts when I select Sonic. So, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. This is Sonic Triple Trouble. This was released in 1994 on the Game Gear, but I'm playing a collection that released it for the GameCube in 2005, I believe. And this game's a little more unique when it comes to the physics. Instead of usually doing just a spin dash to gain speed, you can do a what we call jump rolling or spin rolling. It's when you run forward, hold down to spin, and then jump immediately after. And once you land again, roll and jump again. And you can maintain top speed and even gain speed that way. So for the first level, it's sort of straightforward. Every tree has a spring in it, so you sort of abuse the springs, and when you're in the air, you can press A to spin roll in the air, and that will give you a little more speed. That's another new thing they added to the game. Ooh, I missed that. So, if you played Sonic CD, you might realize that I did something that looks like the peel out to the game, but it's a little different. If you pay attention a little to Sonic, you'll see he sparkles a little bit. As long as the sparkles are up for about a few frames, you get a little bit of frames of invincibility, and you can actually hurt enemies using this. This is also called strike dash instead of this peel out, which I abuse a couple times on a run. All right, so the boss in this level will be using the spin jump in the air to damage the boss. Since the boss is in the air, the first phase of the boss is you just jump on him 4 times, but he'll rise up in the air and then I'll have to chase after him. And these spring turtles right here. And go. And he's dead. All right. So a little, I guess this will be a little flashback to Sonic 3. There's Knuckles, and he just mashed the button and just burns everything up for whatever reason. I think there's just 4 levels he'll do that, and it'll just stop. All right, this level's a little bit different than the other one. This has a more of like a train station kind of look to it. It can be kind of annoying because these little windmill-looking things, if you're jumped in the air and you touch them, they make you flip down and you're completely vulnerable to enemy attacks. So you have to sort of watch where you're jumping here. Most of the levels in this game are pretty short. And I make sure to do a peel out after I complete a stage, because if you quickly run to the far right of the screen, it'll actually make the level end a little bit quicker. Not all signposts, so the signpost doesn't really affect the run too much, but there's one little variable that could. Sometimes when you flip over a signpost, it'll flip over and it'll just be nothing. It'll just be a little gray backside, and you have to flip it again, and that wastes a couple of seconds. It isn't completely random though. What gives you that outcome depends on your life counter and how many rings your 3rd digit has. I'm not going to really call it random, but it's really hard to try to prevent it since you're trying to go for speed. Now, unlike Act 3 in the last level, this one just takes you directly to it, and it's an auto-scroller. There's not too much to it because there's enemies coming from the right, and you just jump and destroy them until you reach the boss. There are pits. If you fall down there, you'll die. But there's not much to say here. If you have any donations, you can go ahead and take care of them.
All right, thank you. So we have a $20 donation from Raf250 who says, super excited for the classic Sonic block, and what better game to lead it off than the greatest Amish sim, Freedom Planet. Keep up the speedrunners and save the animals. We have a $50 donation from Nicholas Benzi, who says, "Good job convincing me to buy Freedom Planet. Mega Man 10 hard mode is insane and needs to happen. Keep being awesome." And we have a $50 donation from Davrix, who says, "First time live watcher, but avid follower. Loving the content. Thanks for doing this all for a great cause. Dark Souls 2 nerds, one controller. Praise the fun and good luck to all the runners."
All right, this boss only has 3 HP for whatever crazy reason. He'll shoot a bomb behind him once the screen scrolls all the way to the left or the right. It's really easy, but there's not too much to him. All right, so the next level is Meta Junglera. If you played Sonic CD and remember Collision Chaos Act 2, those little bubbles that you touch and they just bounce you all over the place, they bring them back in this level, but in this level, I'm going to try to abuse the bouncing attribute of them to cut the level in half. But it's going to really depend on my positioning. And I'm also going to do a spin jump on the very last one to give me a little bit of air, to give me just enough height to make the shortcut. 2, 3, 4. I missed it. I had to land on top of that bubble to launch myself up high enough to get to the shortcut. But that's okay. It would have just taken me to that section right there where the booster was. All right, for Act 2, there really isn't a big shortcut per se, but there is a sort of a speed exploit I'm going to try to do near the end. It'll skip 2 loop-loops, which take I think it saves about 5-6 seconds. You have to really watch yourself in this level because there's a lot of springs in this act that'll go the other direction, as you can see there. Oops. Now right here, I'm gonna jump here, hit this, take the spring box, and I just got a bunch of speed there, and that's because I did a spin roll in the air. That's how much your speed can matter by doing a spin roll at the right time. Now for the Act 3 of the boss here, he's really, really easy. All you have to really do is go directly under him and just keep a spin dash, and he can do nothing to you. But the second part of him, all of his body parts will fall from the trees, and if you touch them, you die. So what I'm gonna do is just peel out back and forth if I see one coming directly below me, and I can completely dodge it. If you have any more donations, you can read them right now if you want to.
Okay. We have a $50 donation from Sakura, who says, "This is the first year I've actually managed to catch the stream, and I am so excited to be able to donate. Great job, everyone, runners and behind-the-scenes staff alike. You guys are amazing." We have a $5 donation from Anonymous, who says, "Hi, Burton, and good luck on your runs," from Time Chamber.
What's up, Time Chamber? All right, just like in Great Turquoise, he's gonna burn the whole forest for whatever reason. For someone trying to protect the island, just kind of contradicts yourself trying to just burn everything. All right, so this is probably the toughest shortcut in the game right here. At the very beginning, you get a snowboard, and I'm gonna take the top path that usually Tails can only take since he can fly, but if I get enough air up here from a spring, I'll be able to skip more than half the level. And this section right here is very laggy because there's 4 penguin bombs just running all over the place. You can't see them on screen, but the game can detect them, and it can eat a lot of your inputs and just make it a very big pain to try to jump around there. And by the way, that was a shortcut. I got it. And Act 2 also has a shortcut. That one also deals with a lot of lag. I'll explain a little bit when I get a little closer to it. As you can see, you can also use your peel out to break through blocks. Usually, they don't let you do that with a spin dash. So right here, I have to jump at the right time, but there's a lot of lag because the little pathway is just breaking away. I messed that up, but that's okay. There's a backup strat here. What I was trying to do was I was trying to double jump off the skateboard, and with enough speed, I'd be able to break these ice blocks here. But there's a backup strat right there. If you spin dash and swerve in the air, and then press forward, if you have enough speed, you'll be able to break the blocks. But it's sort of a blind jump because the game's resolution is just so small, you won't be able to see too far ahead of you. But it's sort of a feeling you have to get with it playing the game enough. Oh, there's the double flip sign I was telling you about. Okay, so for the Act 3 boss, it's some giant flying penguin thing that spawns a bunch of the penguin bombs. And he's at the very top of this hill. And as you're going up the hill, you'll encounter a bunch of the penguin bombs, but time your peel out's just right, should be able to avoid most of them. They give you a lot of rings here too, so as long as you have at least one ring, you'll stay alive just like in any other Sonic game. You can also get stuck behind him if you jump at the right time right behind him, just like that. You just do a lot of damage to him that way. Alright, this part looks very easy. He has 1 HP and then you have to kill him just like that, but as easy as that looks, if you jump at him at the wrong angle, sort of a little bit lower, you will spike directly below and fall in the pit and die. So even though you kill him, you'll die as well and you have to do the whole boss all over again. That's actually happened to me a couple times in runs. So instead of burning you, he just piles a bunch of snow on you this time. But that'll be the last time you see that. Alright, so this is the water level of the game. Just like in most Sonic games, it's the slowest part, but since you have the strike dash, you keep pretty much the strike dash speed even underwater, so this is probably one of the more faster 2D Sonic water levels. So what's unique about this compared to the other water levels in other Sonic games, you can actually spawn a bubble and use it to traverse the level. As most people probably remember getting an air bubble for giving Sonic air, that bubble right there will also give you air as long as you stay inside of it, and you can actually jump out of it anytime you want. And if you have any more donations, you can go ahead and read them right now.
All right, thanks. So we have a $50 donation from Flipside13, who says, grew up on the blue blur, so I found it appropriate to donate during the Sonic block. Keep up the good work, and since we gotta go fast, we must kill the animals. Seems a bit harsh. All right, we have a $30 donation from Holkane, who says, had to donate during Triple Trouble. Completely forgot about this game, but played it so much as a kid. Donation going to 100% Chrono Trigger run. Will be an amazing end to this fantastic GDQ.
Alright, so the very next act actually has a shortcut that Tails is only supposed to take. Another thing is, Tails in Title Plant gets the Sea Fox, and if you know what the Sea Fox looks like, it has this drill in front. Now, there's these row of breakable blocks underwater that Sonic's not supposed to take. He's supposed to take the long way, and the level's almost 2 minutes long if you go the long way. So even if I fail it one time and die, coming back and attempting it again and getting it would still be faster. So what I'm going to do in order to do this shortcut, I'm going to abuse invincibility frames and break those blocks with a well-angled spin dash. Right here. Oop, turned the wrong way. It's okay though, I have one ring so I can attempt this again. Got it. Gonna take a hit here because it's faster than just doing the bubble. You get another bubble probably third. Anyway, nah. Okay, so close to the end of Act 2 and Act 3, the boss there, the boss is Knuckles, and he's in this little, I don't even know if you call it a submarine. It's some machine where he just shoots a bunch of bullets at you. And he takes 17 hits. What you want to do is try to one-cycle him, but the problem is getting a one-cycle can be a little bit painful because if you hit him at the wrong angle, he'll just shoot you all the way to the left side of the screen and you miss a bunch of potential hits on him. And getting bumped to the left 2 times will make it completely impossible to one-cycle him. But he's not much of a threat outside of that. But if he leaves the screen by surfacing for air, air bubble also spawns, so you don't have to worry about drowning here. And that's 1 bump to the left. Nearly got it. Wait. That wasn't the one cycle. Whatever.
Why everybody clapping for?
All right, so this is the final level, Atomic Destroyer. The first act has this really precise jump to a cycle-based platform. So if I go too slow or too fast, I'll just completely miss it and die, which is okay. I'm gonna still go for it though. And unlike Entitled Plant, when you're going into the pipes, when you get to the little ball points of the pipe, you can pick which direction you want to go to. And I got it. That platform is a very big pain to make. It might look a little easy there, but it's a pretty precise jump. Missed the elevator skip. But what I was trying to do there, if you jump at full speed and come at an angle at those little blue elevators, you'll take damage and you'll fall at the very bottom of the elevator. It saves about 2.5 seconds. But the thing is, it'll act like you just entered the elevator from the bottom, so it'll slowly rise you to the top, so you have to spin dash or peel out of it immediately. Tails has a kind of easier time doing it. There's not really too much to this level. No shortcuts, anything like that. But there are these little switches that make lasers shoot and enemies spawn. You don't want to hit those too much because it can make the game lag a lot. And this is a Game Gear game, keep that in mind. So it can't take too much activity on the screen at once. It'll make the game lag and will cause dropped inputs, which has a really big habit of happening even in not so laggy areas. All right, so the final level's coming up. And for the first boss, you'll fight Metal Sonic, but for those who play Sonic CD, this will look just completely just pathetic compared to Stardust Speedway 3. So what he does is you'll grab rocket shoes, and he'll slowly creep onto you from the left and just destroy it, and you'll have to fight him. And all he'll do is just dive at you from the sky, and it's just easy pickings. And I think it takes 3 cycles to take him out. After he dives about 4 times each, he will try to charge at you, but you can easily either jump over those, and if you time it right, you can even do a peel out to where he just can't touch you. Like this. But the boss right after this is Robotnik himself. He has 4 different phases. Most of them are very easy. The first one, he'll be hopping on this, what looks like it's just a gigantic pogo stick. And you can just, if you time a spin dash or a strike dash just right as the battle begins, you can land just right on top of him and just stay there until the next phase start up. Alright, so that's the end of Metal Sonic. Yeah, teleporter right over here. The only time you see him in the whole game, unless you go to special stages, Fang will make his appearance right here. Right about now. I didn't make it. That's okay. You can still land on top of him. He's just a really pathetic boss. Alright, for the second form, he sort of hovers above you and tries to hit you with this flamethrower, but he doesn't do it immediately. He waits a couple of seconds to try to hit you with it. But you can get multiple hits on him if you jump at him and you're at the left end or the right end of the screen. You can get up to about a max of 3 or 4 hits. That's if you're very lucky. Usually it'll be just 2. Alright, so this is third phase. This one's really pathetic too. That electricity makes him invincible. As soon as it goes out and you jump at him, he's dead in 1 hit. Now this is the final phase. This one's really messy because he just goes back and forth and there's a lot of these lasers shooting all over the place, so you just have to try to keep calm and hit him. He slows down after each time he goes up these chutes. But when he slows down, you can just easily take him out. And that should be it. And the time ends once you get the yellow emerald from Eggman. This is all automated, so I don't have to press anything. Time. $2:23. Oh, that's pretty good. It's about a minute off my PB time, so that was a really good marathon run. Whew, lad.
You did it.
Just had to get that last meme in.
Yeah. But yeah, if you don't get all the emeralds, the game will just tell you, try again. You don't even get the credits. You have to earn the credits in this game. And it just throws you right back to the main menu. That's it. But yeah, that's Sonic Triple Trouble. Good commentary.
All right, that was an awesome, awesome run of Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble by Burton. Next, we have Sonic Advance by Combo Blaze and Kirby Master. Let's catch up on a few donations while we're between runs.